Sunshine, and I just have a lot to say. I have a whole lot to say. I'm so irritated at all of the stuff and the drama that's going on and within the streaming community. It is crazy. I want to address a few things. I'm going to start with Zoe and this whole hate train that is coming for her at this time. That's Zoe Spencer. If you don't know who she is a beautiful light. She's a beautiful young lady. She's an actress. She's a streamer. She does hosting. She hosts like reunions and stuff like that on TV. She's that girl. And for some reason, everybody right now seems to want to come for her neck. And it's really getting on my nerve because it's like mostly no, it's men. I'm not even going to say it's mostly men. It's the male streamers. Like why? So the streamer Rod, I don't know if you know who he is. He's Rod. I don't know his handles. I'm not even going to give him a shout out like that because he's really did it to me. He's really on my bad side right now. But the streamer Rod has been talking about this young lady literally since last year. He just jabs at her every now and then at his own expense. And from what we can see as the viewers, he doesn't get views like that. But he knows that whenever it's something, it's popular to bring her name into stuff negatively. No one uplifts all of the beautiful, positive things that this young lady does. They always point out anything negative. So he's been talking crap about Zoe since last year. I've seen it myself because I'm tapped into the streamers as who I am. If you know who I am a coach and I aim to work with creators and leaders that are they don't have to be in the youth, but if they have an impact on the youth, those are the ones that I tend to work with. And it's really taking me, it's sending me because I can see the situation and I see it exactly for what it is. They use this young lady to use her name for engagement and traction. They just use her. They're draining her energy for their own gain. So he's been saying these things about her for about like over since last year. It's been a long time. At some point, I guess they were cordial. I don't know if they were exactly friends, but they've collabed together. They've done some things together. They've been in the same places at the same time. Zoe says she improved this. She showed messages, improved this. She said she even put him on to his favorite artist, DDG, to do a collab. Now, I'm not sure if that collab ever happened. I know he's talked to DDG. He's probably been in the same rooms. I don't think the actual collab that was supposed to happen has ever happened. And honestly, it's probably because he's been picking at Zoe. And Zoe is a friend of DDG's. Honestly. So it's like everybody comes for her though. And I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of seeing grown men come for this woman. She's 25 years old. She's a beautiful woman. She's a light. You can see it. You can see that she's really a light. Does she do everything right? No, but who does? Who's perfect? And the crazy thing is, the things that they come at her for, we see them doing themselves. We see other female streamers taking her blueprint and applying it to their content and making it their own, which that's okay. I mean, because you look to people for inspiration. What's not okay is when even the female streamers, when they have things like little Galentine things or stuff like that, they have little get-togethers where all the female streamers come together and they're having these streamer events amongst themselves, these little girly cutesy things. You never see Zoe there. They never invite Zoe. And it's like, why? My reasoning as to why is because a lot of them take a bits and pieces of her and her personality and apply it to their own way of streaming, their own online personality. And so I'm just guessing you can't be somebody when they're there. That's how I see it. Now it may not be that. But that's how I see it, and I'm not the only person that thinks that, because I've been in the comment sections on the TikToks and things like that, and I've seen other people who have this same feeling that that's the reason why the female streamers don't invite her to the group gatherings. Now, Zoe does good streams. I've seen her stream with big celebrities. She's more tapped in. You know, she works with BET. She's now on the Oprah Winfrey Network. She does a cute little segment that I love. It's called Glow Up in 5. It's on OWN TVs. On their YouTube. You can catch it at 7 o'clock. It's either 7 o'clock or 7:30 p.m. every Tuesday. Watch it. It's really cutesy. I love it. I enjoy watching it. I look forward to it every week. I've been watching it. I think she's had 3 episodes so far. But I just feel for this young lady, because I'm like, why? Why? Like, there's so many men just coming for her. And I feel like if she was one of those ladies who over sexualizes herself, who's always bending over. Now, Zoe a twerk. She's a twerker. She's a dancer, but she's very playful. She's not showing her butt. She's not, throwing herself on the men in a actual way to where she's hoping to gain something out of it. Now, she's very playful, but it's always in a playful manner. But I feel like if she was the one of the girlies that's out here over sexualizing herself and overly going and all of that, that these male streamers, they would have a different attitude towards her. Am I saying that she needs to turn to that? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if she was like that, they would have a different tone with her. And I truly believe it's because she's not like that. From the outside looking in, it's like, how dare you be this beautiful young lady? How dare you have hair, natural hair all the way down your back, almost touching your butt, and you be a ethnic African American lady? How dare you be this, and you don't let us do this to you, and you don't come across like this, and you don't flirt with us for real in real life like this, and we can't sexualize you and all of that. Like, I feel like, honestly, that's their problem deep down. But they're never going to say that. They're never going to say that. But it's getting to me. It's getting on my nerve. And I know it gets to her. I see that she uses it. She tries to use it and flip it and go on her platform and stream and speak her piece and get her numbers and all of that. And we all know the real reason when everybody decided that she was the enemy is when she didn't get into Kai Cenat Streamer University. And to do a little backstory on that, her and Kai Cenat were really good friends. He's the one that brought her into streaming. He was the first streaming platform she got on. Him and her did flirty content. They're both from New York. They both have that aggressive, like, New York couple swag. People love them for that. They tried to put them as a couple. However, I don't know if they ever were. It's not my business to know that. But what it was a very cute little back and forth banter between the two of them. That was good to watch. I watched it. And so at some point, Kai got into a relationship. And when Streamer University came along, I guess, I got a girl. Maybe she's uncomfortable with the relationship that you and I have. I can't let you in. However, I can't say that that's the reason why I'm not letting you in. I got to bring up something that's totally out of the pocket, out of the water, that you just did to me, that I'm just going to say that this is why I'm not letting you in. Because when she didn't get in and all of her friends got in, including her very best friend, Zaddy Will, which is a really good friend of hers, he got in and he wasn't even a streamer. But he got in, and Zoe was like, how are all of my friends, all of our friends in, but I'm not in? Of course, as someone in that position, you would feel some type of way. She was very within her right. She cried online. She was very hurt. She was very well, like, I can understand where the tears came from. And they all want to say she's masculine, but when she shows a vulnerable side of her, you all tear her to shreds. Why are you crying online? Look at her. This is a grown woman, by the way. Oh, now she's a grown woman? Because y'all been calling her a grown man, to be honest. And she's not. She's a beautiful young lady. But, however, back to the story. Kai didn't let her in. That started a whole snowball effect of everybody. Let's hate Zoe. And then the little I'm gonna call him a has been because he don't be on the internet like that no more. But he was looking to come back in, and so he saw an opportunity. I'm talking about Soluminati. He saw an opportunity, and he decided to insert himself and go at Zoe, a grown man going at a grown woman, to tear her down. And he didn't even know anything coming in to insert himself into this. He didn't know anything. Because had he known, he would know that her and Kai were actually friends. He didn't even know that. Accusing her of all sort of things off of clips. He never went and watched full streams. He accused her of things that he saw on clips. Everyone knows that clips are edited to make people look a certain way. They're captioned all kind of wrong. It never is it the truth. More than likely, it's never the truth. So I just really wanted to come on here and express my frustration with that, because I've spent a lot of time on TikTok, and seeing all of this is crazy to me. And then this guy that I have no idea who he is, I saw him on Streaming University. That was the very first time I had ever seen him. Not saying that people don't know who he is. However, I don't know who he is. This guy, Big Ant. Apparently, he's a streamer or YouTuber or whatever he is. He decided, because I guess some messages have surfaced from Zoe's Discord. The only thing she said about this man is, when asked to, I guess her supporters wanted her to link with him for a collab, she said no, he wants to charge. And he just took that and ran. Oh, he's going in on this young lady for not want to pay him for a collab. Why would I pay, a person who is at this rank of my career that I'm in, pay you that is not nowhere near where I am? You're going to get more clout from the collab than me. Regardless of what people think, regardless of the negativity surrounding my name as Zoe Spencer, you're going to get more clout, Ant. Like, why would she pay you? It doesn't make sense. And I guarantee you, he has never paid any of the people who he has collabed with. He's never paid. Trust me, I just know he's never paid. And I feel like, why would you think that and then he goes to say, oh, she ain't one of them girls. She ain't that girl. Oh, she's not. Because she is that girl. If she wasn't that girl, all of y'all wouldn't be jumping on this hate train trying to get views and engagement off of her name. Let me tell you something. Y'all want to say she's not this and she's not that. However, you're making her the main character in your storyline every single day. So who's not that? She is indeed that girl. Zoe, if you ever hear this, you are that girl. Always know and understand that you are that girl. So that frustrated me. And I mean, I know I'm yelling, y'all. But I'm highly irritated. That frustrated me. Because outside of that situation, then we have the DDG and the cameraman situation. This is another thing that's getting under my skin. Because DDG, love you. Love you down. Love you down. You are so nice. Baby boy, you are so nice. Because if I were you, this whole Ed situation with Ed getting online and talking about how basically trying to insinuate that he wasn't compensated for his work properly and this and that. And there's nothing wrong with Ed wanting to grow and Ed wanting to do his own thing. However, the way he's going about that is all wrong, because Ed, if DDG being the big brand that he is, the big name that he is, any other time he's working with a brand, he's getting paid thousands of dollars to do so. You have a clothing line, and I really don't even want to keep saying that you have a clothing line, because I don't want to promote you after what you've done. And you know what you're doing. You have a clothing line that he has brought to the public for you. Of course, you put in your hard work. I'm not taking that from you, sir. However, a lot of people wouldn't know anything about your clothing line if it had not been for your friend that has this all these eyeballs on him. Your friend putting you in these rooms and giving you these opportunities to pass your clothing out to his friends that are in the industry. I see a lot of people, celebrities, wearing your jackets, your sweaters, your hoodies. I see it. But had you not had that person as a person of stature that's wearing it and showing people that it's cool to do, you know good and dang well it wouldn't have gotten as far as it's gotten. And now I feel like you're seeing that you're ruining your business by doing the things you're doing, because people are going to start blackballing you. They're going to start, okay, well, they already said, well, we're not going to watch his streams. And people are already telling some of the celebrities in their chats, don't wear that. Some will, some won't. But you're messing up your own business by going and still trying to milk off of his name. We see it. You wanted the Johnny effect, of course. Johnny is a millionaire now. Yay, Johnny. Johnny was DDG's cameraman before Ed, but Ed was DDG's cameraman before Johnny. So basically, Ed just came back to the job after DDG told Johnny that it's better that you be a streamer because you have a lot of potential in it. Now, see, Ed didn't get that treatment because Ed quit. He knowingly came back. Seeing Johnny in his success, I feel like he knowingly came back in hopes of getting that platform, building his platform and streaming, and then going and being another Johnny. However, it didn't work that way for him, and he's seeing that now. And I don't want to talk about this for too long. I just want to bring it up because this is another thing that's throwing me. Because DD, you are so nice and you are so kind, and we love you for that. But I feel like you should tell him, or you should tell everyone that's tearing down your name, trying to be like you're cheap. Oh, you didn't pay your cameraman, or you don't pay, or you don't take care of the people who work for you. I think that you should let people know that you gave him thousands of dollars in promo for free. I think that T needs to be clocked. On another note, Streamer Prom is coming up. Funny Mike's Streamer Prom is coming up. I'm not for certain the day that it's going to be on. The date keeps changing. However, I will be watching. I don't know exactly who's going with who. However, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I love watching the streamers. I've watched a lot of them over the past year and gotten to know a lot of them via streaming. I've gotten to know a lot of them, and I can say that I really admire what they do. However, it is some things that just are ridiculous, and that Zoe hate train is the top of the tier for me on ridiculousness in that realm. Zoe, I want to send you so much love and positive light and energy. You're going to be okay, baby girl. You're going to be fine. I am so proud of you. I found you through Country Wayne, because also Zoe is an actress. She was on the Country Wayne skits, and I found her through Country Wayne. I loved her personality, and so I got her name from that. I went and found her on everything else, and I've just been following her career because I am very, very excited on where she's going. She doesn't even know where she's going, so you don't know, but I can see it for you. I know where you're going, and you got a big old bright future ahead of you. Don't let any of these people get to you too much to where you start to not believe in yourself, because they want that for you. But that's not what's written in your destiny. And I want you to know that it's you that's writing your script, You are the caster, you are the director, you are the editor, you are the streamer, you are everything in your own script. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. You got this, baby girl. And I'm rooting for you, and a lot of us are rooting for you. So, with that being said, I'm gonna tap out, auntie out, rant over. This has been your girl Sunshine with a little streamer rant. Y'all, love y'all. Appreciate you for tapping in.